Hello everyone. So this Tuesday, November 8th at 6:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a full moon and total lunar eclipse in Taurus. This is an exceptionally potent celestial dynamic that may be the most influential and powerful full moon of the year. This lunation and total lunar eclipse brings a polarizing energetic relationship that is creating space for a new beginning and a new timeline, and opening us up into a new vision for the future of the entire human experience. This full moon and the following 6 months ahead are being influenced by this total lunar eclipse and is testing us and training us for mastery in self-awareness, compassion, unconditional love, forgiveness, our capacity to transform, and our capacity for healing. This is expanding the human consciousness into new paradigms and shifting us into new states of being, thus strengthening our gifts and our capacities as divine cosmic beings on the earth plane at this moment in time. We are literally getting an entire energetic upgrade to our being and to the world in which we live. And so as we sit on the horizon of this revolutionary turning point in the story of our life, we are asked the question, what is most important to you in your life? Take some time to think about this. Think about all the years that you've been alive and all the different experiences you've had thus far. And perhaps there are moments in our life where we have taken detours that have taught us invaluable experiential wisdom. And maybe this is our call to collect ourselves and to ground ourselves in this present moment. Call all of the parts and pieces of ourselves that we may have left in the past with other people and other situations, and become fully present with who you are in this moment in time. And ask yourself, what is truly most important to me in my lifetime? And as answers begin to fill your mind, some will resonate with you and some won't. And as you begin to get more and more clear on what it is that is most important to you in your life, then you can easily and clearly identify it. A path towards that vision will begin to reveal itself to you. So this is an opportunity for us to reconnect with ourselves, our true self, beyond the ideas and concepts that have been put upon us, beyond the experiences that we may identify with or have identified with in the past, and get in touch with our truest, deepest nature, our true divine essence, and figure out what is most important to me. What is most important to you? And once we're very clear with this, that path will reveal itself. It will open up. And I began by posing this deep question because of the energies of this full moon are very polarizing. It's essential, it's vital to be clear in what it is you want out of life and where you're going. Otherwise, it will be far too easy to get wrapped up and lost in the chaos and destruction of the old world, the old earth, the old ways of doing things, the old patterns and behaviors that are clearly no longer serving the human collective. We can lose ourselves in the past, in what is familiar and what we know and what is comfortable. But that structure that has gotten society to this point is being dismantled so that a new way of doing things can emerge. And this new paradigm is not just opening up in the world around us, but it's opening up within our being as well. So even within ourselves, we have the decision to stay in the old, stay with the thoughts and patterns and behaviors of our past, and let that hold us back or limit us, or we can grow through those experiences of our past, heal the traumatic experiences of our past, so that we're free to step forward into the future. Now, this destruction process makes a lot of noise. It instigates our emotions. It causes stress, anxiety, fear, worry, and doubt. So if you're experiencing any of these emotions, it might be a good idea to truly become present with yourself, your true divine essence of who you are, and determine what is most important for you in your life. For example, if finding inner peace is the most important thing for you in your life at this juncture in time, then be very clear that this is your primary focus and follow what brings you deep, eternal peace. Not just temporary going to the store and buying something and it makes you happy for a few minutes and then you're on this never-ending cycle to find happiness. I'm talking what brings you true, deep, eternal peace. If that is your primary focus, if that's most important to you, then keep that very clear within your being. And then your path will divinely unfold for you as you remain clear, focused, and receptive in your journey of restoring inner peace to your being. And remember, part of this journey is that we are being tested. And this is building up our wisdom, our strength, capacity, perseverance, endurance, and ultimate mastery, in that no matter what is happening in the world, we are still able to find the strength and capacity to restore and nurture inner peace within our being. And so this is the gateway to the new earth and the new self that is being opened up by this full moon and total lunar eclipse in Taurus. This is a cosmic dynamic that is here to assist ourselves in breaking free from the prison of our unconscious and to awaken, detoxify, heal, and liberate ourselves on a deep soul level. There are two very powerful opposing dynamics during this full moon. We have the moon, Uranus, and the North Node that are all conjunct in Taurus. And opposing that, we have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and the South Node in Scorpio. And so they're on opposite sides of the chart, or on opposite sides of our horizon in our skies. And Taurus is a fixed earth sign that rules matters of our home, food, and finances, which are all essential aspects of our well-being. There's not much more important to us than our home, food, and finances. And so these are very intimate aspects of who we are and our well-being. And conjunct in this sign of Taurus is the moon, which represents our deep inner emotional self. And then we have Uranus, the planet of awakening and shifting in perspective, as well as this rebellious and revolutionary energy, right? Well, sometimes we need this rebellion and revolution to bring forth something new. And that newness is an awakening in perspective. It's a shift in perspective. And so we have our deep inner emotional self and Uranus, this revolutionary energy. And then we have the North Node, which represents our future collective destiny. So as you can see, we have this enormous aspect of the full moon that is representing an awakening deep within the emotional core of our being and shifting the human consciousness and the collective destiny for the entire human experience on Earth, which is a lot of deep transformational work that will be occurring over the next 6 months. So be clear what is most important to you in your life. And this will help direct you in the right direction that you want to go. I mean, there's no wrong directions. Every direction is the right direction. But if you have a clear vision of where you want to go, hold that within your being. Stay focused with that vision within, whether it's inner peace, or it's happiness, or it's forgiveness, it's healing. Stay on that path, and that will lead you directly to where you want to go. Now, opposing this dynamic, we have the Sun, which represents our outer expression, our personality. And this is conjunct with Mercury, how we communicate and interact with the world around us, as well as Venus, which I see as our divine feminine aspect of ourselves. Whether we identify as a man or a woman, we all have an aspect of feminine energy, and we all are finding our balance between our masculine and feminine energy, whatever that balance means for us individually. And so we have the Sun, we have Mercury, we have Venus, and then we have the South Node, which represents our past. And this is all traveling through Scorpio, which is the sign of death and rebirth. So this is another powerful cosmic dynamic. You know, our entire personality, the Sun, our expression of how we present ourselves in the world is going through a death and rebirth, as well as how we show up in the world and how we communicate with the world, Mercury, as well as our divine feminine aspects of ourselves. And the South Node, our past, our karmic ties, all of that is going through this process of death and rebirth in Scorpio. And we took a look at this a couple weeks ago during the new moon when we learned about Venus's journey through the underworld of Scorpio. And we discovered that Venus is learning how to love herself again. And by doing so, she needed to strip away all of the thoughts, emotions, and experiences that she identified with, that she thought was who she was. And it wasn't until she stripped all of that away, all of those thoughts and concepts and ideas and experiences and emotions that she thought she was, that was, imposed on her. It wasn't until she cleared all of that away that she was able to fully discover who she truly was underneath all of these experiences that shaped her into the illusion of who she thought she was. And we all go through this process. We're all born in this world. We're given a name. We're given an identity. We're given a religion. We're given a culture. And within this culture, there's rights and wrongs and ways of doing things, and experiences happen to us, and our consciousness gets shaped and molded and formed with all of these experiences of the world that we have, and then it kind of molds us into this identity that we identify with. But that may not be our true identity. That may be our reaction or our response to everything that has happened to us, but that is not us. And so that journey that Venus went through during the new moon, she needed to clear all of that out, all of the past, all of those illusions of who she thought she was, in order to truly discover who she was deep down inside. Now, during this full moon, she's emerging on the other side from this soul-searching journey, wiser, stronger, and she's ending the old patterns, old behaviors, old emotional responses, and she's rising up as the phoenix, facing her fears, and in the process discovering deep revelations about herself and accessing deeper levels of consciousness about herself and the world around her. So we have Venus breaking free from the karmic ties of the past as the moon and the future collective destiny are upgrading in the presence of Uranus and bringing forth revolutionary change to who we are down to the deepest emotional core of our being and the world in which you live, both on an individual and a collective scale. So in essence, the universe is suggesting to us at this time, it's time for change. It's time for transformation. And the time is now. So in this powerful crossroads of timelines, we can ask ourselves, what changes do we need to make in our life so that we are available to show up as our most brightest, powerful, and luminous self? How will my life be different with the changes that I set in motion today? This is the portal to the new available timelines, this new beginnings that this full moon and total lunar eclipse is opening up for us over the next 6 months. So great change is upon us, huge transformation. We all walk through transformations both individually and collectively, and we've been walking through a huge collective transformation, especially in the past couple years, and this transformation continues to grow. The universe is very clear about that, and we have resources available to us. We have help available to us. The natural world, our universe, the cosmos, is collaborating with us for our own self-transformation. And we hold the power, we hold the key into our own transformation. So if we want to see a different world, if we want to live in a different world, if we want to have a different life, then we need to bring forth that change within ourselves first. And this full moon and total lunar eclipse is helping us to do that. And the best way to walk through this transformational juncture is with a very clear idea of who you are and what is in store for you. What is most important for you in your life? And keep that focus clear. That will help you navigate through this process of unraveling the old and keep you on the path towards where you want to go. And so for the oracle reading for this lunation is communication is key. And so I found it really interesting when this card came up because communication is key. And for me, I'm seeing this card more as clarity and focus is key. And having a clear, precise languaging is imperative for understanding what you want, what changes you're making, and where you're going. Because the clearer it is within you, the easier the universe can respond and match your energetic frequency. But it has to be very clear within you so that there is no doubt and that energy can match you and respond to your frequency. So And with this card, with communication being key, communication is key, and I think clear communication is key. Precise communication. Having that clearly within every cell of your body. So I hope you guys have a beautiful full moon and full moon ceremony. If if you're available, I would definitely do some rituals for this full moon. So take a look at my next videos on the rituals for this full moon. And if you want to go even deeper into this full moon, this is the Beaver moon, and the Beaver moon always holds a great deal of wisdom for us. So check out my other video on the spiritual significance of what the Beaver moon has in store for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this full moon reading. Be sure to check out the Beaver moon video and rituals for this full moon, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.